This is Jimmy. Jimmy spends countless hours on social media, mindlessly wasting his time. He uses his smartphone first thing in the morning, right after waking up. He uses his smartphone while he's relaxing on the couch, while he's eating, while he's going outside for a walk, while he's waiting for the bus, while he's taking a dump, and right before he goes to sleep. After scrolling through social media for a few hours, he sometimes thinks to himself, where did all this time disappear to? I should make something of my life. But the next day, he wakes up as if nothing happened, and the cycle repeats itself all over again. This is Jimmy 2.0. Jimmy 2.0 understands that social media is not really adding something to his life, and that it is only causing him more anxiety, more stress, and less time to actually engage in the things that are truly important to him. He understands that social media usage is not going to help him reach his goals, and that it is, when he's really honest with himself, actually draining his energy. He understands that he's wasting valuable time that he can never get back ever again. So Jimmy 2.0 decides to delete all his social media apps and actually start to do something productive with his life. He starts to make his bed in the morning, he meditates, he journals, he works out, and he decides to stop procrastinating and start working on the dreams that he wants to build for himself. All right, look, guys, social media. I'm just gonna be honest with you all. It's toxic. It's ruining your life. And it is not good for you. Okay? I wasted so much time on social media that I could have spent in other areas of my life that I don't even want to think about it. How much of a better person I could have been without social media, honestly. Now, I recently decided to delete social media, and it's changing my life. And I know it's a buzzword and buzz sentence, oh, life changing, it's changing your life. Everybody's talking about things that are changing their lives. But this, guys, is going to change your life because you're just not aware of how much of an impact it has on your well-being, your productivity. And I want to share with you my personal experiences with deciding to delete social media and how it affected me and where I was in my life, and why I believe it's so important that people wake up to this a little bit. Okay, so let me start by telling you that I used to be the person who was, very invested in social media. I wanted to look cool. I wanted to, have a lifestyle that people looked up to. I wanted to, have this type of personality that was living the life that is being portrayed on social media. And I felt a lot of pressure maintaining that persona, right? I was constantly, comparing myself to other people's life. I was like, oh man, they're going to such cool parties, or they have such amazing lifestyles. They're eating the best food, they're traveling, all this cool stuff, and I don't have it. So I want to create a life that I have that, and then I want to also show off that I kind of have that life, right? Now, I came to understand that this put a lot of pressure on me. I felt like I wasn't really present when I was, doing something. I had to get the perfect shot, or I had to, think of ways to capture it so I could share it with the people online. And that was making me feel miserable somehow, because I knew I should just pay attention to the moment and I should be there. But I was thinking too much about the social media. Okay. So the first part is the pressure I felt to come across as having my life together, having it all figured out, living the lifestyle. Okay. That was really not good, because I felt like I wasn't able to share the things that I was struggling with. I was afraid to talk about, hey guys, I actually really don't feel that good today, or you know, I feel alone and like I have no friends and everybody around me has cooler lives than I do. I didn't talk about that because I was afraid to share that with people. I thought that, oh, all these people, they follow me for my cool lifestyle and all these things. But I can't actually talk about the other side where I'm not feeling so good and not being so cool. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is I realized that there was not really any moment where social media actually added something to that moment. All right. You know, laying on the couch, scrolling through social media, 2 hours later, I already didn't remember what I consumed. So I want to invite you to right now take a moment and think of your 3 favorite memories, the ones that come up right now. Do they include social media? I don't think they do. For me, they don't. For me, they are hanging out with great people at beautiful places, or, you know, feeling connected and doing something that I love. Those are my favorite memories, special moments with special people where there was no social media involved, right? So use this as an opportunity to reflect on, is social media actually creating beautiful memories for you? Because for me, it's not. It's just a waste of time. I couldn't remember what I scrolled through 2 hours ago, right? When I was still on social media, because now I deleted it, right? So, okay, this is the second thing. It doesn't create good memories. It just doesn't. Yes, you can stay in touch with people and all this stuff, right? But the benefits are abysmal to the other part that is draining you, that is, you know, sucking the life out of you. These algorithms, these apps are designed to suck your attention, constantly suck your attention. And it's not good. It's not good. I got sucked into that for way too long. Then another thing, right? I understood that, okay, I'm waking up. The first thing I do is consume social media. I'm not thinking my own thoughts. Instantly, so much input. It's, you know, overwhelming. I felt stressed simply by all the stimulation that I received. And I was just confused, you know, comparing myself, feeling like I was missing out. You know, these people are saying this, these people are saying that. They have such cool lives. They have so much stuff. And it made me feel anxious, confused. And that's how I started my day. Imagine what the rest of my day looked like. You know, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. So social media imposes things onto you, and you learn to not think for yourself anymore. You learn to consume other people's opinions and thoughts. Everybody has an opinion nowadays. Everybody. So if this is how you start your day, by consuming other people's opinions, you don't learn to think for yourself, right? So that's that. Now, another thing is that you get so addicted to this kind of like validation. You know, I posted a picture and I wanted lots of likes, I wanted lots of comments. And when they didn't come, I felt like there was something wrong with me. Oh, I'm not as popular as I hope to be. And people don't maybe think that I look good or that my life is cool. You know, all these doubts, these questions I was asking myself, and it made me feel anxious. It made me feel terrible about myself because I was so sensitive to the feedback I received from other people. And it's so crazy to think about, because the amount of likes, you know, makes you feel good about yourself or bad about yourself. And it's just people double tapping a screen, you know, but it's attention. That's what it signifies. And these algorithms, the people designing these apps, they know how we are so susceptible to validation from other people. Everybody wants to be liked, myself included. So these apps kind of simulate that a lot of attention. Lots of likes means lots of attentions, means lots of love, right? So you get addicted to that kind of validation. I got addicted to that external validation of people commenting and, replying to my stories and thinking I was such a cool guy. But deep down, I was like, man, this is all so fake. It's all so fake. Because yes, sometimes I'm a cool guy, but sometimes I'm also not such a cool guy. And sometimes, I feel terrible about myself. And sometimes I feel great about myself. That is the human condition, okay? You can't be blissful 24/7, but you're also not supposed to feel miserable all the time, right? It's kind of abnormal when you think about it. That as a person, you're going through life feeling shit about yourself, comparing your life to other people's lives, and thinking that you suck. That's how I felt. Like, even though I was trying to look cool, I still felt like I sucked because other people's lives were even cooler. Okay, so that was really not serving me. And then lastly, productivity wise, at some point I randomly stumbled upon, this report of usage report. And I thought I was using social media for maybe 2 hours a day or something. And then I saw my screen, 6 hours. I spent 6 hours on social media in one day. 6 hours. Do you know what you can do in 6 hours? That's almost a whole working day, man. That's a lot of work you can get done in 6 hours. Woo-wee. That's a lot of work. So I was like, man, you totally underestimate how much time you waste on these platforms. And that was an eye-opening experience for me. And then I started to do some research, I came across a video from Leon Hendricks on dopamine detox. And he talks about removing all the stimulants from your life for a week. Dopamine detox is this. It's not only Leon Hendricks who talks about this, many people. And so I felt like something was wrong. So I needed to find a solution to that. And I watched a few videos from people talking on YouTube about deleting social media and what it did for them. And, at first I was like, oh man, maybe for you it works, but I'm too afraid. I think I will, miss out and people will forget about me and I will just disappear somewhere, in oblivion. Nobody will, care about me anymore when I'm no longer on social media, and I will not be invited to, I will be alone. That was my fear. I will be alone if I remove social media. I will no longer be relevant to people anymore. They will not think of me as much anymore. I was afraid I will miss out. That was my biggest fear that was holding me back. But then I was like, okay, but I'm wasting so much time. And I feel anxious using it sometimes. And I feel this pressure. Let me just try it. Let me just uninstall the apps, see what it does. And guys, I kid you not, the moment I made that decision, my anxiety levels dropped by 50% instantly. And then I became aware of all the pressure I put onto myself for maintaining this persona, this online persona, keeping my followers engaged, posting stuff so they would think of me. Man, that feeling of relief was already worth it, honestly. And then all of a sudden, there's so much time that gets freed up. I'm like, this feels uncomfortable. I don't really know what to do with this, right? I was afraid I would get bored out of my mind without social media. But the beauty of that is that boredom is actually a good thing, right? Look, I want to touch on this real quickly. Social media is one of the biggest stimulants in today's society, day and age. Instant gratification. You feel a little bit of uncomfortable boredom, immediately pull out the phone. That was me. I felt bored or like doing nothing, take out my phone, check out social media instantly without even thinking about it. Boom. Dopamine, serotonin, excitement, stimulation, colors, information, distraction, instant gratification. You feel uncomfortable? Phone. I feel at peace for like a minute. And then again, it starts to creep up on me again, right? And it's a perpetual cycle. So it is training your brain to, get addicted to stimulation. And your dopamine receptors in your brain get overstimulated and they get desensitized. And so you need more and more and more and more stimulation in order for you to feel the same way. And that left me feeling miserable, totally miserable. And after deleting social media, all of a sudden I had the time to realize this. The space was there. I could no longer use social media because it was not on my phone anymore. It's no longer there. I don't use it. I don't use it anymore because I came to understand that I'm not missing out on anything. The people who care about me, they just text me on WhatsApp, man. I still have WhatsApp and Messenger because I want to stay in touch with people, obviously. And maybe at some point I want to remove those, even those, because I will just let people know, hey, you can reach me, I don't know, on Telegram or whatever. And then I remove everything. And it is a bold move to make because in today's day and age, everybody assumes you have social media. So it's a bit weird when, when I'm out and I meet someone and they're like, let's exchange whatever, Facebook or Instagram. I'm like, I'm not on there anymore. Let's exchange WhatsApp. You can solve that problem. It's not actually not that big of a deal. But people sometimes look a bit strange. Okay, fine. You make a decision and you stick to it for a while, right? And so I gained the space to understand how much energy was taking away from me. And it freed up so much time to actually pour into something that is of value, right? I talk about this a lot on this channel. Do the things that your future self would thank you for. And wasting your time on social media is not something that your future self is going to thank you for. Think about it. If you are going to lay on your deathbed, are you going to regret the fact that, oh, I should have scrolled 100 more hours on social media. Now I feel so shit about myself, my life. No, I lived a shitty life. I should have scrolled more hours on social media, right? Is that really something that you would regret, right? For me, that's not how it is at all. I would rather have spent more time working on the goals and the dreams and the things that are important to me, spend more time with my loved ones than I would have on social media. Okay? So I could talk about this for hours, man, like literally hours. But I think that these are the core things that I learned from deleting social media, and I will continue to not use it because I can clearly see the benefits it has on my life. It's making me more productive, less anxious, more engaged with life. I am able to beat my lower self, my petty instant gratification addicted self, because by removing social media, you remove a huge portion of the stimuli you get during the day, and that it just changes your life, honestly. And it's again a buzzword, but it does. So to wrap up this video, make it practical, guys. Don't just listen to me talk about this. I want you, when this video is finished, to take your phone and uninstall social media for one day. Just one day. And I know it's scary. I felt scary. I know what it feels like. But do it for one day. And then see how you feel about it. Just see what it does. Okay? Pay close attention. And if you really think that it's absolutely necessary to go back to social media, then you can reinstall it and just go on with your life. But something's telling me that you're currently dissatisfied with how your life is going. And you have been trying different things to change and whatnot, but nothing's really clicking, nothing's sticking, nothing's happening. All right. Sometimes you gotta take extreme measures to get a different result, right? Doing the same things over and over and expecting different results, that is the definition of insanity. And you're not insane. Maybe sometimes we all are a little bit, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So drastic measures. And deleting social media for 1 day or 2 days, it's not even a drastic measure. But try it. Seriously. It's important. Try it out. You'll not regret it. All right, that's it, guys. End of this video. Time to take your phone, press uninstall, and watch the magic unfold.